Hello and welcome back. This is episode number 5 in our Nearpod series, and today we are going to learn how to create a Nearpod assignment within Canvas, as well as how to go use the speed grader in Canvas with this assignment. This is where it's really cool what Canvas and Nearpod together can do. So I'm really excited for today's lesson. All right, let's jump right in. So I have set up, this is just my sandbox course, so I've got all sorts of things going on in here. But as is best practice, I want to make sure when I create assignments for students, I want them to be under a module system. So I'm going to go ahead over to my modules. And I have already set up a new module, and Canvas is going a little slow today. I apologize. So depending on how you're setting your modules up. So if you're in a situation where you're setting your modules up by week, by unit, however you do that, go ahead and set up your module. And now I have just added this assignment placeholder. So I haven't gone in and created the assignment or anything yet. Just a quick reminder, the way I do that is I just click on this little plus button and create an assignment. And so that's how I got this in here. But now that I have that here, from here, I can go ahead and click on it, and I'm going to go ahead and edit this assignment. So I'm going to click on my edit button, and this is going to open up my assignment just like it does any other assignment. Now, a couple of things about Nearpod. You are going to include your Nearpod lesson as an assignment through using an external tool. So if this ever starts, I apologize. Let me pause for a second while it opens. Okay, I hope I don't have to pause too many times, but I'm going to do that as opposed to waiting because it really is going quite slow today. Okay, so I have the name of my assignment up top here, and you can put something in if you want to. So please follow along with the assignment below, and then click submit after you complete an answer. And this becomes really important, and I'll show you as we go through and from the student point of view. Okay, that's all I need to do. I don't even really need to put anything in here because of the way Nearpod works. So I'll show you that. I'm going to go ahead down into my assignment like I normally would. So if I want to make this worth 20 points, I can make it worth 20 points or however much you want. But now under submission type, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on external tool. This is really important. So remember, anytime you submit something with an external tool, it's just pulling in something into Canvas. And so it becomes part of this in Canvas. So Google is one that you would pull in as an external tool. Lots of different things. Now I'm going to click on my find, and this is going to bring up all of those external tools that I have attached into the system already. I'm going to go down here until I find Nearpod, and I'm going to go ahead and click on Nearpod. This is going to, because it's attached to my account already, this is going to go ahead and open up my account for me. So I can go through and I can find whichever assignment that it is that I want to give to my students right now. So if I wanted to assign, I think I'll go ahead and assign this, I'll assign this digital life one. Now, there's a couple of options for you, and these become really important. If you want to make this an assignment with live participation with your students, so if you're going to do this with them in a Zoom meeting, or if you're back in brick and mortar and you want to do it in front of the class, if you put it in live participation mode, this means that you control the pace of the lesson. And so when you move through the slide will automatically move based on your movement, not on the students, and they can't move any faster than you. So it's a pretty cool tool. So depending on how you want to use it, you're going to want to select one of these two options. If you give this as a live participation, what I would strongly suggest is that the students who are absent from your class that day, that you set up a second assignment and make that student-paced assignment. And then when it comes to the assignment of the people, assign it only to the people who are absent. And that way, they still get this same assignment, but it's at their own pace since they missed the live participation. But everybody else in your class doesn't get assigned it a second time. I hope that makes sense. If not, please reach out to me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on student pace though. And now I'll select. And there's a couple of different options here. If you want this loaded in a new tab, it will actually open it in a new window. This comes up for any of your external tools. Honestly, the only one I recommend doing that for right now is any kind of a Google, because if it opens it in a new tab with a Google, it makes a copy of that Google and makes it easier for students to access. That's about the only one. I think we want to keep as much as possible within our Canvas system. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that. Allowed attempts, unlimited, or whatever you want that to be. If you want this included with your SIS system, so if you want to link this to Skyward, this grade, you'll need to make sure and click this box and then assign to everyone. This is where I told you if you're giving this as a live lesson, I would assign it to everyone. But then if you had 3 students who are absent, then I would create this same assignment again, but this time create it as a student-paced lesson. And then instead of everyone in here, if you click right here, it's going to give you a list of all your students. So then assign it to specific students, X out of the everyone, and just put in those specific students you want it assigned to, and they're the only ones who will see it. Really cool, huh? All right, so I'm going to go ahead. Let's see, I'm covering my save. I'm going to go ahead and save and publish this. And again, Canvas is kind of working slow today, so I'll be right back. Okay, so after I save and publish, now this is what the assignment looks like. Notice me as the teacher, you should see this as well. It automatically puts my name into welcome to the lesson. Join the lesson. I don't have to worry about doing that because I'm already joined in right here. So this is now from the teacher point of view. What I would like to do now is to show you from the student point of view what this looks like. So actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to pause right here because I actually want you to go back and do this part so that we don't forget, and then we'll go back and look at it from the student view. So really quickly, again, what we did is we went out to modules. And once we were in modules, we added a new assignment in there. And then we clicked on that new assignment. And once, in fact, let me just walk you through, hoping that this isn't too slow. So clicked on add a new assignment. New assignment, I can put whatever I want. That assignment, add the item. And now I have my item here. I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and this will open up my new assignment for me. I'm going to click on edit. And remember that when you're adding this Nearpod as an assignment, you don't have to type any text in. You're just going to add it as an external tool. And so you don't have to type anything in the text box. You're going to go ahead, give your assignment points. The biggest thing you need to remember is you need to come into submission. You're going to click on external tool, and then you are going to click here and you're going to find Nearpod. So practice making an assignment, adding a Nearpod lesson into that assignment. And then when we come back, we'll take a look at it from the student point of view as well as what it looks like in the speed grader. All right, see you soon. Have fun. All right, welcome back. So now that you've had a chance to upload a Nearpod lesson into Canvas, let's take a look at it from a student view. And this is a great idea for you to do as well after you've loaded this in. So I'm going to go ahead at my home page. I'm going to click on Student View. And once I've opened my student view, I did go ahead and link that assignment here just so that you can see what it looks like from a student point of view. So I linked it to this icon. So from a student point of view now, I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And like I say, Canvas has been really slow today. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh this because it seems like it's taking it a minute to load what it needs to load. All right, and now it pulls up that Nearpod assignment as soon as my test student clicks on it. And notice how we have the test student's name in here instead of my name. So it automatically recognizes who the student is and assigns this, this particular lesson to that student. So it makes a copy for everybody in your class. It's really cool. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click through the presentation. And I'm going to move myself up here just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to click through. As I click through, I'm just going to be a little quick here. Now, some of these, this is a pre-made presentation. So just from a teacher's point of view, on these pre-made ones, there are several slides at the beginning that are meant for teachers. And those slides that are meant for teachers, you can go in and edit and remove those after you've looked at them for yourself. Gonna pause again because we're slow. Okay, so now I have an open-ended question. So I'm just gonna ready to go. I'm just going to type in an answer. Now, this is where, remember how I told you with a student, we have to make sure and remind them anytime they do anything in a presentation, they need to be sure and click that submit button. That's how you get the information that they're passing along to you. So I'm going to click through here, and then there's a video to watch. We're going to go past that. Here we have another open-ended question. So this is question 2. And I'm going to be sure and submit my answer. And then I'm going to continue to just go through the presentation. I'm just going to go through really fast here because I want you to see what the report looks like, but also kind of from the student point of view as well. So question 3. Anyway, I think you get the idea. Make sure I submit. And then I do want to take this quiz because I want to show you this one as well. So we're going to go ahead and take a quiz. And I'm going to just randomly guess here. Okay, next. C seems like a good answer, and we haven't chose A yet, so we'll go with A. All right, so now I've taken my quiz, and I scored 0 out of 3. I didn't do very good. So immediate feedback for students, that's just really, really cool. And then I'll show you when we get to the speed grader how you can see how they did. And then, and now just kind of an exit ticket, a reflection. How do I feel about the lesson? And then I'm done. So as a student, I could start all over again if I want to, or I can go ahead and go back home. I'm going to go back home, and then I'm going to leave student view. So what I would like for you to do now is to go ahead and go to your home page, click on your student view, and go find that assignment, that Nearpod assignment that you created a little bit earlier, and go through that from the student view and answer, if you had some open-ended questions and things like that, answer those so that when we get to the speed grader part, you can see what that looks like as well. All right, we'll see you back here in just a minute. All right, so I hope you, you took a few minutes to go through from a student view and you were able to look at that assignment from a student's view. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go in and grade this assignment. So I have several ways I can do this, but I'm just going to go to my to-do list. I like this a whole lot better. And you're going to notice that I have 1 to grade. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this Nearpod assignment. And this is going to take me out to the speed grader directly from my to-do list. Okay, and now here I am in my speed grader. Let me move myself again. That's the beauty of Screencastify. Move yourself all over the page. Okay, so now that I'm here, Nearpod and Canvas work together and they create a report for every single Nearpod lesson that you give to students. You have a report for every student in your class. Really cool. Okay, so let's take a look at this report though, so you can see what this is all about. So across the top, here's just information. Here's my test student account. And then you can see when you're looking, you can talk about participation, how engaged was your student, how engaged was the overall class, how'd your test student do on the quiz we took? 0% right, we knew that, I didn't do very good. Okay, and then as I scroll down though, now you can see on the quiz, it will tell you the answer, or it tells you the questions to the quiz, and it gives you the answers and whether I got them correct or not. So instantly I'm looking at this student and I see that piece right in front of me. There were open-ended questions that we answered, and you can see that it shows me all of those open-ended questions and it shows me the answers that I gave. So if you give an essay assignment right here within Nearpod, it's going to show up on an individual student basis in your speed grader. So you can then grade that essay right in here, grade the quizzes, all the different parts, and then you can go ahead and score accordingly. Now, if you have different features that you want to give different points to. So if you wanted this to be like 3 different grades, you're going to kind of have to figure that out with yourself about, okay, how can I give a quiz grade? Do I want to make this a quiz grade and then create a couple of other quick assignments to add in the essay pieces? Or, that's a little bit of a tricky part with Nearpod, is that because it takes one of those assignments and then it creates a report for you as one assignment in the grade book. So you might want to kind of think that through ahead of time. Maybe you want to have 3 different Nearpod lessons based on how you want to set this up so that you have 3 different grades that come in. Anyway, so let's just say that out of that, there was a 5 out of 20, because that wasn't very good, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and move on to my next student. So I would go ahead and click my next arrow. Now I don't have any other submissions in here, but I could go through and get reports on every student just by clicking through my class. So really, really fantastic the way that Nearpod and Canvas work together on those grades. So how about if you take a couple minutes and now go back into your to-do list, because you already took the assessment or the Nearpod lesson as a student. Why don't you go through and take a look now at the report and how it generates it in Canvas, and then you can think through what are some of those assignment questions that you have, or how can I use this information about, well, I can only give 1 grade per assignment. How do I set up my Nearpods accordingly? So maybe take a couple minutes to think through some of those questions, and we'll see you back here in just a moment. Okay, welcome back. So I hope that you love the speed grader integration of Nearpod as much as I do. Fantastic. So today was kind of a busy day. We learned how to create a Nearpod assignment in Canvas, and then how to view that from a student point of view and what those answers look like and submitting those answers. And then we took a look at the speed grader and how Canvas and the speed grader can input all of the content from your Nearpod slideshow into a grade. So some really great things. If you are taking this for clock hours, if you would please go and open up that Nearpod assignment that you created, and you should see your welcome little slide at the beginning here. If you'll just take a screenshot of that, and then on that running Google document we have for this class, call it video assignment number 5. And if you would add this screenshot in, that's the work you need to do for this video today. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.